go. All right, guys, thanks for joining. We are photographing some tarantulas, and this is the set where I film like the nature documentaries and stuff. I just want to zoom in a little bit. There we go. So we've got a green bottle blue, chromatopelma cyanopubescens sitting out here. I'm not alone. I've got Zach from Zach Zoos.
How we doing?
He is my tarantula wrangler for the day. He comes in about once, sometimes twice a week, helps me feed and water everybody. But we are here at the Tarantula Collective in the studio. We've got all the lights off, mostly except for the bioactives. Kind of helps a lot with the photography. And it's a project that I'm working on. We are got hired by a tarantula dealer, exotic pet dealer called 8 Balls Exotics. They would like me to film some spiders for, whoa, we got a runner. And she's off. So we're filming, or not filming, but we're photographing some spiders for their website so that they have some photos for this tarantulas that they're selling. So they send me a bunch of photos, or a list of stuff that they are selling, but they don't have good photos of. And so that's what I'm working on today. I got a lot of the photos I have, but some of them we're doing. What's up, Jade? So glad you were able to join the live. Yes, Dread, that is chromatopelma cyanopubescens. I just lost the live. There we go. Is this the first live? No, it is not. I used to go live at least once a month. It's probably the first live in maybe this year, maybe the second this year. It's been a while. I just kind of forgotten to do it. So I got Zach here to help me wrangle. So wow, Spider's giving him a hard time. Let me get in here and help him out a little bit. Yeah, I got a better angle. Back. Oh, and she went back there. All right. The fun of spider photography. All right, so we got the GBB set and ready to go. All right, and as far as cameras, I'm working with 2 different cameras right here. I've got the G9. If you've been following, we were just live on TikTok and on Instagram, so you may already know. But this is the G9 with a Panasonic 25-50. It's a really good lens. One of my favorites. It's also got some dust on it, so let's clean that off real quick. So this is kind of the wide shot camera, and then I've got my Lumix GH6 set up with for macro shots, and we've got the Olympus 60mm macro lens, an AK diffuser for macro photography, Godox speed light for the flash, and yeah, we gotta get some photos taken. So I think we've got like 20 or 30 species that we got to get done today. Because I've got family in town and Zach's got stuff to do as well. So we're trying to get as much done today as we possibly can. And I believe this is my female, and she does not want to cooperate. Just trying to get her to chill out and relax in one spot. And she went into the cup. May I? Thank you. So if you guys got any questions, Zach's reading the comments. So if you guys super chats, super stickers, anything like that, he'll shout those out. If you got any questions, I'll try to answer them. So just let me know in the comments. Other than that, you can watch me wrangle a spider. There we go. She's chill. She's cool. Let's try to get some photos. And if you own a business and you need photos of your tarantulas, just let me know. We can work something out. Maybe one day we'll just do pet photography. I'll come to your house and photograph you and your animals. That could be fun.
Dread Hill Productions asking thoughts on the Zoom Med long creature enclosure.
The long creature enclosure. Oh, I have a androctonus scorpion in one of those right now. Before that, I kept some blue death feigning beetles in there, but for tarantulas, I don't like it at all because the screen is way too thin. I had a tarantula in one for a little bit, and then one of my cats like sat on the screen and it just broke, just ripped right through. So I was like, no more. I mean, I don't have cats here, so I don't have to worry about that as much, but the screen is really flimsy, so you got to be careful with that. I mean, the tarantula could chew through it. Centipedes could probably chew right through it. Not so worried about scorpions, but definitely something to be aware of and to think about. Got some good shots there.
We got a question of what's your favorite tarantula you own?
This one right here, Chromatopelmic cyanopubescens.
How many diorama sets do you have for your spider photos? Just the two?
Yeah, right now just the two. I got this one, and then we've got it. It's over here on the floor. You can't see, but it's like an arboreal setup. But definitely plan on making more in the future. That's the goal. I'm gonna try to have a jungle, like a rainforest theme, a desert theme, a scrubland theme, so we get all the different environments. Time is the biggest issue right now, just to have enough time to build something like that. But got some of the parts, some of the supplies for it.
Got a question. What do we do when the tarantulas kick hair on the stage? Do we have to clean it up after?
It kind of depends. If it's like on the table or something like that, we definitely sweep it up. But sometimes when it's just like on this in the dirt, we just move stuff around a little bit, and it is fine.
Tarantula Cribs is asking, who's your favorite tarantula YouTuber?
My favorite tarantula YouTuber. I think he's wanting me to say tarantula cat, or at least get me in trouble if I don't say tarantula cat.
Could always say yourself.
I don't think I can. I'm my least favorite YouTuber.
How's the new space working out?
Really well. I am enjoying it. It's a little expensive and that's stressful, but you do what you got to do. Couldn't really do this in my house anymore.
Got a first-time owner of a green bottle blue. Any
Nice.
advice for keeping them?
I keep mine arid. Give them plenty of web anchors. You'll appreciate the webbing that they'll do. So a lot of branches kind of leaned up against the side of the enclosure, plants, things like that. And give them space. Like the more space you give them, they will web the whole place up.
Do your kids ever help you feed and water the tarantulas?
Nope. I have a hard enough time getting my kid to feed the dog.
That's what I'm here for.
Yeah, I gotta pay somebody to do that.
How often do you have to change the substrate if it's not bioactive for a tarantula enclosure?
I mean, rarely, if ever. I mean, unless there's like an issue with mold, I don't ever really change the substrate. It's not like a snake or something where there's gonna be a bunch of poop and nasty stuff in there. And then with like the Biodude substrate that I use, you never even really need to change that either. You know, all you have to do is just kind of top it off, throw some more substrate on it occasionally. And then about every 6 months or so, I'll throw in some BioShot or some of their other soil inoculants and kind of mix it up, and it's good to go. I think last time I was talking to Josh from the Biodude, he had an enclosure that he has had the same substrate in it for 10 years. He just keeps, putting new inoculant in there and topping it off as it kind of breaks down. But he hasn't changed the substrate in that bioactive for at least 10 years.
What's the best old world species for transferring over to old world from new world?
I would go with, I actually have an old video on that. It's called Beginner Old World Tarantulas. So I gave you 10 of them, but I would say good ones are Harpictera pulchripes, or pulchripes, the golden blue leg baboon, or the Monocentrophus balfouri. That's also a really good one.
What should they do if the brown Asian fawn stays in one spot? Probably just leave it alone.
Yeah, they're just chilling. Tarantulas don't really go to sleep. They just kind of like your computer. They just shut down, go into a sleep mode to conserve energy. So I mean, if they're not moving and they're out in the open, just appreciate the fact that they're out in the open and enjoy their beauty.
How do you cope with burnout from enclosure upkeep these days?
I hired Zach.
I know it's really different from the spider to spider, but which do you consider as consistently the most calm and docile brachypelma?
Most docile brachypelma. For me, I mean, a lot of the spiders are going to be different. I would say probably the Homori. Although it's Tilicaudal now, but not the Vogons, the Tilicaudal albipilosis, the curly hair tarantula, that's probably my most docile. That's one I can always pull out when people are here if they want to like kind of get a closer look at a spider in person. I usually will grab her or the Grammostola pulchra. Oh, that's a beautiful shot. Try to get a different angle here. That's a channel member. EF is a channel member.
Okay.
So the little star next to that just means it's that they are a channel member. What did it say? This is fantastic. I take a crap of. Oh, I've actually got a video on that. EF kind of had tips on how to take better photos. I mentioned it in the last live stream. I think it was on Instagram or TikTok. Focus on their eyes. That is the key to getting a good photo. If you can focus the eyes, then the rest of the body, like the rest of the photo, kind of falls into place.
For those of you that just joined, we're taking pictures of the green bottle blue.
Chromatopelmis cyanopubescens for the elitists.
Do tarantulas prefer certain feeders over others? I'm actually doing a study on that currently to see which ones make them grow the fastest. So far, they've all taken all the food options 100% so far, so I don't quite think so, but do you have any input on what a tarantula's favorite feeder might be?
I mean, something that's going to move. I like feeding them. I think usually it comes down to what's the keeper's favorite. It's
Yeah.
always good to give them a good selection, mix it up. But primarily, the ones I use the most are crickets, just because they don't burrow, and like they're not going to hide in the substrate like mealworms or dubia roaches will. And they're really good for arboreals because they'll climb up, whereas mealworms and roaches will usually try to stay down as low as they can.
Can you film curtain webs there? Here?
Yeah, I've got a curtain web.
Do you think getting a Postothera metallica as the first Old World was a bad decision?
Not at all. I mean, they probably have, I mean, it's debatable, I guess. It hasn't been proven 100%. Supposedly, they have the most potent venom of all the other Poecilotheria species. But they're also, at least in my experience, they're kind of the most chill.
Yeah.
And they spend a lot of time hiding, so you really don't have to worry about that too much. I mean, I think it's a good spider to go with.
So someone asked if we have a Birupes cimaroxagorum, and it's actually in that enclosure right there. And do you know much about them? Because their sling hasn't molted in 90 days.
Not really. I mean, when it comes to molting, it's not just a time frame. It also has to do with how much they've been eating, what the temperature and the humidity is. You can always try to raise the humidity a little bit, or not so much the humidity, but make sure that there's a little bit more moisture in the substrate, and keep them a little bit warmer. So if it's 70, 72 degrees or whatever, maybe raise the temperature to 75, 76 degrees. I wouldn't go too much higher than that. But sometimes that'll kind of kickstart their metabolism, and possibly could get them to molt faster.
Been here for about 6 months, and the B. cimaroxagorum has only molted once in that time frame. But it's not a sling, it's a subadult.
Oh, that's pretty common.
They just got their first tarantulas, Terrapin Thailand, and they want to thank you and Tom Moran for so much of the information you've taught them and everything on the educational care videos.
Awesome. Well, thank you, buddy.
EF's Arizona Blonde is the meanest tea they have. That's
Oh my
pretty
gosh.
interesting.
It's probably some of the most docile species I have. Not always, though. Sometimes they can be a little cranky.
EF's asking, how do you deal with a boyfriend who thinks you're insane for thinking scorpions and spiders are adorable? Well, for one, you're not quite alone.
Yeah, I would say get a new boyfriend. I'm just kidding. My wife was the same way. She wasn't 100% on board, but she supported what I was wanting to do, which is always a good thing to have in a partner. Somebody be like, I don't get it, but you're happy and then I'm happy.
Jacob H is taking a lot more photos with his reptiles and frogs, and his tarantulas are pretty damn photogenic. Your mom's calling.
Oh, we will call her back. Yeah, we're gonna have to probably wrap this up. My mom is in town. She lives about 4 hours away, 5 hours away. She's in town with her new boyfriend, or shoot, her husband, new husband. She's like 65. I can't really say it's a boyfriend, but she's gonna be coming over to the studios. That's probably her calling right now, wanting to know if she can come by. So I think we'll go ahead and wrap this up right now, and maybe when she comes back, if she wants to get on, maybe we can do another live stream then. For a few minutes. But this is Tarantula Photography. We are hanging out. We're having a good time. And we still got, man, so many more species to do. So I don't know how this is going to go, but hopefully we can get back on and live stream for a little bit more. There's a light in my eye. It makes it feel like the sun's hitting me. So thank you guys for watching and appreciate all your support. I got to call my mom. So we'll be back later. Bye. Have your mom operate the camera? I love it.